more transparent.
Is the minister and government not being lazy in ensuring that people who owe ECG and power producers rather pay, other than spreading the cost on Ghanaians? Because if you listen to the minister so well, he mentioned it's going to help settle the energy sector debt, where he mentioned as of March ending, it was around 3.7 billion USD. You would agree with me that some institutions, for the last time we heard the energy minister speak, had a lot of debt on them that they would have to settle with the electricity company of Ghana. And clearly, it's as a result of the fact that we haven't been able to collect monies from those who owe government as far as electricity company of Ghana is concerned. So if indeed the minister seeks to spread it in a way that me going to the filling station or the pump to buy just a gallon of fuel and I'm to pay 4 cedis 50 pesos, would that not be too much on the Ghanaian?
We need to be careful. I mean, you see, we are in this country where when policymakers use certain words against themselves, and later when they are faced with reality, it becomes a very, area where they don't want to find themselves to be. So I don't think that the finance minister is being lazy. I mean, he's just looking at how best we'll be able to raise money to be able to pay these IPPs. Recently, be it as it may, the IPPs have become a national security threat. Once they threaten you, they shut down their power plant. The country will go into darkness. So I think that let's look at more of the substance, and then now, yes, we can all admit that there has been some challenges when it comes to collection of revenues on the side of the ECG and all that. There's distribution losses, power inefficiencies, even staffing and the kind of things that goes on, corruption. These are things that has been hurting the country for long. So if the minister would want to bring in a reform or a kind of roadmap to be able to support the operations of the ECG to be able to collect more revenue, there is their model that they refer it to as a cash waterfall mechanism, where ECG even is able to promise that they'll be able to collect about $1 billion per month. I mean, if you look at the report that is coming out from PURC, you can clearly see that there are some outstanding monies that ECG are not even able to raise, so that all the IPPs will be able to get their share. And the Ministry of Finance have to intervene again and then bring in certain monies to be able to support the formula, which is the cash waterfall mechanism. So as a country, probably going forward, we can all support conversations, policy direction, reform, transformation ideas with regards to how best we can fine-tune the operations of the ECG. Recently, there was a conversation around whether to privatize it, and then the president came in that it is not going to happen. Anytime we talk about privatization, you see labor unions coming up and then try to also offer an alternative opinions as to why we don't need to privatize. I personally believe that privatization is not entirely going to solve the kind of challenges that the ECG is going through to be able to collect more revenue so that we can have money to pay our IPPs. So from the lenses, as a finance person, where the finance minister finds himself, any, finance person would want to look at how quickly, how fast I'll be able to generate revenue to be able to support these IPP payments so that we can have sustainable power. And mind you, it's one of the things that Ghanaians are really looking out for and then watching. If not at all, you can't do anything for the country. Keep the lights on, because we have had an experience where Ghanaians were really, really unfriendly to the government. So I believe that they don't want to repeat anything when it comes to power fluctuations in the country, and they would want to have any conversation, look for money everywhere to be able to support any financing options that we owe.